Very good afternoon to you. Here is the news at 1, read by Timmy Dayo. Anthony. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, has issued a stern admonition to commercial and heavy-duty vehicle operators, urging them to ensure excessive speeding, adhere strictly to safety protocols, and ensure regular maintenance of their vehicles to avoid unnecessary fatalities. General Manager of LASMA, Olalekan Bakariuki, so that days after a fatal road traffic collision which occurred at Atura bus stop inbound Badagry involving a 16-seater commercial master bus. Bakari Q visited the crash site to personally evaluate the situation, extended his heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families, and prayed for divine fortitude to help them withstand the immeasurable and irreplaceable loss. He reiterated the agency's transition from conventional traffic regulation to a more holistic incident management paradigms. Bakari Uki highlighted the deployment of speed limiting mechanism at critical flashpoints across Lagos, part of the state government's broader commitment to reducing road carnage, protecting commuters, and fostering a culture of compliance and safety. While applauding the professionalism and courage of LASMA operatives who were first on the scene, the agency once again appealed to all road users to demonstrate heightened caution, situational awareness, civic responsibility, particularly on intercity corridors where speed, fatigue, and inaction too often yield devastating consequences. The Onigbongbo Local Council Development Area of Lagos has organized an elders retreat as part of efforts to honor the contributions of the elderly and promote their physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Chairman of Onigbongbo LCDA, Rikia Hassan, acknowledged the indispensable roles of the elderly in nurturing generations and preserving tradition, noting that it is not only fitting that the day is dedicated to honor them and to foster a spirit of togetherness and support. Hassan also emphasized the importance of caring for elders as a foundation for community vitality, saying in uplifting the elderly, the LCDA intends to illuminate the path for the present generation and those coming behind.
So that we may run. There is nothing we here have been able to accomplish that we'll be able to do if not for the invaluable contributions of our elders that have seated here. It is only fitting that we dedicate this day to honor you and to foster a spirit of togetherness and support amongst us. As we engage in today's activities, let us reflect on the importance of wellness, mental health, and the necessity of community, particularly as we navigate the various challenges that life presents. The well-being of our elders is paramount, not only for our own health, but for the vitality of our own community.
On his part, the elder statesman and renowned obstetrician and gynecologist Oluyomi Fini commended the council's initiative, describing it as a proactive step towards promoting a healthy aging while urging the elderly to remain socially connected and mentally active, as isolation and bitterness often lead to decline in health.
When you get to a certain age, then the bones start breaking, and that's why you really need to watch what you eat, your resting period, and what you drink, the friends you keep, avoid being alone and couching yourself up in the house because you are not happy, you don't think you've lived a good life. And if you think you have lived a good life, try not to abuse it, because you abuse it, it will catch up with you eventually.
Earlier, participants who described the retreat as an avenue for them to bond, reconnect with old-time friends and neighbors, call for sustainability of such an initiative to ensure that the elderly are not forgotten.
The gathering is good gathering for the elders. I think this event, if they can be doing it maybe every month or 2 weeks, I think it's a welcome event.
Feel excited. I feel on the top of the world. She carried us along, and at least we were able to exercise ourselves. We were happy within ourselves.
I'm very happy if something like this is organizing often and often. At least everybody will benefit a lot of things.
The retreat featured a range of wellness activities including aerobics, dancing, painting, poetry, board games, and interactive sessions, as well as free medical checks such as blood pressure and sugar testing, malaria screening, and health counseling on diet. Now, moving on, the National Assembly has pledged to transmit the reports of the Constitution review to 36 State House of Assembly before December, consistent with the sign and timetable. The lawmakers challenged all stakeholders with special requests to engage and lobby their State House of Assembly, noting that the National Assembly cannot successfully review the 1999 Constitution as amended without their approval. The leader of the Senate and Zonal Chairman, Senate Committee on Review of 1999 Constitution, Okpeyemi Bamidele, stated this at the conclusion of a two-day zonal public hearing on the review of the 1999 Constitution in Lagos. According to Bamidele, since the beginning of the altercation of the Constitution in the Fourth Republic in 1999, the evaluation of powers, local government autonomy, creation of additional states, and establishment of state police, among others, have taken center stage at the zonal public hearing. Adding that the Constitution review is not a jamboree, contrary to some dissenting views across the Federation, but designed to make consequential reforms that can guarantee collective prosperity, more efficient governance, structure, and sustainable development. The federal government has unveiled plans to embark on road rehabilitation in Nigerian universities. Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, made it known after a regarded tour of the campus of the University of Ibadan with management of the university and ministry officials. Umahi promised to concrete pavement design for the roads, assuring that work would commence immediately if the management of the institution presents the layout of scope of work.
We should do more for our older universities than creating new ones. The infrastructure, the houses, they need very serious attention, and there are no roads to the university. So what we have directed is to give us the layout of the roads, the entire roads.
Hawaii said the campuses of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, and the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, are also captured in the plans. Earlier, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ibadan, Professor Kayode Adebowale, applauded the minister for personally assessing the deteriorated roads within the campus. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, has reiterated its commitment to working with partners and stakeholders at all levels to reduce the burden of Lassa fever and protect public health. NCDC says 5 states, Ondo State, Bauchi State, Edo State, Taraba State, and Ebonyi State, account for 91% of all confirmed Lassa fever cases in the country. According to the latest situation report, this comes as the agency reported 145 deaths from Lassa fever across 20 states, with a case fatality rate of 18.6%. Ondo State tops the chart with 31% of all confirmed cases, followed by Bauchi State with 24%, Edo State with 17%, Taraba State with 16%, and Ebonyi State with 3%. The agency also conducted clinical sensitization exercise in Lassa fever hotspots local government areas to boost healthcare workers' capacity in disease detection and management. NCDC added that it has distributed essential response commodities, including personal protection equipment and the antiviral drug Ribavirin, to affected states and treatment centers to strengthen case management efforts. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees says Nigeria has an estimated 8.18 million internally displaced persons, IDP, the highest in West Africa. According to him, Nigeria's IDP population surpasses the combined figure from 4 of its Sahelian neighbors, Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, and Cameroon. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, in its June 2025 report, noted that Nigeria alone accounts for 44% of all internally displaced persons across West African region. The UNHCR says these numbers are based on monthly updates from emergency agencies and NGOs working in 14 West African countries. Displacements in Nigeria began to soar in 2014 following Boko Haram attacks in the northeast. A decade later, the crisis had deepened with ongoing insurgency, banditry in the northwest, farmer-headed slashes in the Middle Belt, and all-related violence in the Delta region. And now to foreign news. Gabon's President Bruce Ngoma, who took power in a coup that ended 56 years of rule by the Bongo family, has launched a political party. The new party, known as the Democratic Union of Builders, embodies a shared desire to build the Gabonese social contract after the brilliant presidential victory that ended more than 50 years of government by the Bongo dynasty. Ngoma, a former general from overthrew Ali Bongo, son of long-term presidents Omar Bongo, in August 2023 coup, won the presidential election in April with nearly 95% of the vote. The party's inaugural Congress drew thousands of supporters, including former heavyweights in the Bongo's government. The country's dominant party was long the Bongo's Gabonese Democratic Party. And now to sports. The Super Falcons have unveiled the official shirt number for the 13th edition of the CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournament, currently taking place in Morocco. The squad, which comprises 24 players, will be led by the captain, Rashidat Ajibade, who will wear the number 15 shirt, while fellow attackers, Asisat Oshala, number 8 shirt, and Ifoma Onumono, number 9. First judge shortstopper Chiamaka Nadozie stays faithful to number 16, though Tochukwu keeps the number 1 jersey. Al-Attad defender Ashley Plumprey has a new shirt identity as she will wear number 5 instead of number 4 she wore at the previous WAFCON tournament in Morocco in 2022. Fellow defender stalwart Osinachi takes the number 2 shirt, while Risola Babajide has been handed the number 2 jersey, among others. Just before we go, ensure you make use of your seatbelt while driving. You can follow us on like all our social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook is Lagos Traffic Radio 961 FM. Instagram is Lagos Traffic Radio 961. And you can also subscribe and watch our news and program live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at www.trafficradio961.ng. And you can also visit Lagos Traffic Radio 961 FM live on My Lagos app for timely update. But did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 18,000 teachers were trained under Eco Excel? You can get more details on Lagos State Government's website. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. The Institute's broadcast compiled by Adirayo Iduwolaya. I am Timmy Dayo Anthony. Many thanks for listening.